Welcome to Movie Recap Master, and today we are going to be recapping the movie An Affair. The movie begins with Anita jogging early in the morning before getting ready to teach at the neighborhood school where she recently started working. Being a new teacher is an immense challenge, like trying to fly a plane while building it mid-flight. When Anita arrives, her students eagerly await to introduce themselves by sharing amusing facts. One student, Marcus, awkwardly announces that he has a giant Coke, eliciting laughter from the class and embarrassment from Anita. She moves past the uncomfortable moment and asks the students to share more about themselves. Anita reveals she was a gymnast, then leads a tour around the school. Later at home, she finds her two stepdaughters celebrating her father's birthday, filling her with happiness to them for the festivities. At night, she attempts intimacy with her husband Hassa, a lawyer absorbed in work who ignores her advances. Players argue all sides, yet still bill you. The next morning, on her jog, she feels someone behind her. Stopping and looking back reveals no one there. At home, as she bathes, the doorbell rings, so she gets out to answer it. She finds a bouquet and card with no indication of the sender. At school, she admires Marcus's volleyball skill, and he returns the compliment. Later, she finds Marcus beating a classmate and stops the fight with a teacher. Anita takes Marcus to treat his wounds where they grow close, and he tries kissing her until a student arrives, separating them. Afterwards, Anita texts Marcus to forget their encounter, admitting it was inappropriate. She receives a shameful message from Marcus and laughs as she tries to ignore it. Upon arriving home, she finds white roses on the aisle and asks Hassie about them that night. He says they were at the door when he got home. The next day, Marcus's parents approach Anita, where Marcus apologizes for fighting with a classmate. Anita informs them Marcus will not join the Berlin trip as punishment. His parents protest the policy, but Anita says it's not her decision. During the conversation, Marcus begs, but Anita doesn't understand and bids them goodbye. That evening, as Anita heads home, Marcus enters her car and acts flirtatiously again. Flutschid. They become passionately intimate. At home, sensing Marcus's presence, she obsesses over him, developing strong feelings. Whenever possible, they become intimate. One day at Marcus's home, his mother introduces Anita to book club friends. Anita daydreams about Marcus, who arrives later. He greets everyone and goes upstairs to bathe. Anita excuses herself to the restroom, then sneaks upstairs to spy on Marcus bathing. They share an intimate moment before she hurries back downstairs. The next morning, Anita hugs with Hayes but texts Marcus constantly. At school, Marcus is absent, and his classmates tell Anita he is sick. She misses him all day. That evening, Hayes gives Anita a beautiful necklace before a party. En route to, Hayes senses Anita is distracted. She claims tiredness. Suspicious, he asks who she texted all day. She lies that a colleague needed help with a student. Unconvinced, they continue to the party where Hayes introduces Anita to lawyer guests. Anita feels uncomfortable at a dinner party and keeps texting Marcus. She leaves the dinner early to go find Marcus, but he is not home. His mother tells Anita that Marcus has gone to soccer practice, but he is not at the field when Anita checks. She eventually finds Marcus outside a store with his friends and gets into her car with him. Marcus tells Anita that he loves Mina. Devastated, Anita drives off alone and returns to the party where Hayes seems upset with her. Sadly, thinking about her romantic moments with Marcus, Anita cries bitterly when she gets home. The next day, Anita asks Marcus to plan a trip to Budapest, but he declines due to work. Obsessed with Marcus, Anita takes his phone while he is at dance practice and sees photos of him with Mina. In an attempt to break them up, Anita posts one of Mina's photos on Facebook. She then puts the phone back in his shirt pocket. As she does so, she notices Mina nearby, crying and assuming Marcus has posted an embarrassing photo of her online. Anita tries consoling Mina, but her tears continue flowing. She attempts convincing Mina that Marcus is not a suitable boyfriend and that ending their relationship is best. Later, Anita encounters Marcus's mother and makes an unsuccessful attempt at turning her against Mina. Anita begins stalking Marcus, feeling jealous whenever he is with Mina. The next day, she sees Marcus on the football field and tries talking to him, but he avoids her, asking her to stop stalking him. Surprised and hurt by his changed demeanor, she tells him she has something important to say, but he tries ignoring her. At this point, she reveals being pregnant with his child. He is shocked by the news and goes with her. Sitting in her car, she tells him she is 6 weeks along. Marcus feels guilty, but she asks him not to apologize since it is not his fault. Distraught and in tears, he is consoled by her as she promises they will handle things together. Passion reignites between them. Later, she visits a clothing store to buy herself a dress. There, a colleague shares disturbing rumors about a student-teacher relationship. Wanting to avoid further gossip, Anita leaves the store quickly. Suspecting word has spread about her illicit romance with Marcus, she heads to her car to text him. Returning, she finds her car vandalized, leaving her shocked and confused about who did it. The next morning, a telling ultrasound report by the sink and Haas's strange looks imply he knows of the affair. Soon after, the doorbell rings. It is Marcuse's furious mother, warning Anita to stay away from her son. Anita warns her against touching Marcus again, or else their relationship will end. Overwhelmed, Anita flees to the woods and vomits. She then checks into a hotel, bathes, and spends the night alone. In the morning, Anita returns home to find the door mysteriously locked. Confused because this has never happened before, she unsuccessfully tries opening it. At school, the staff asks Anita to explain her relationship with Marcus. Overcome with emotion, she breaks down crying and says it never should have happened. When Anita sees Haase, she runs to him, but he ignores her and leaves. Marcus also says goodbye, abandoning her. Stunned, Anita starts laughing hysterically.